Hi all of you. So let's say in this class we will discuss about lenses and ray diagrams for the formation of images by different types of lenses. Now see here there are a few types of lenses. So in this one is double convex lens or simply called as a convex lens, double concave lens or simply called as a concave lens, plano convex lens, plano concave lens, concavo convex lens. Now see, there are some differences in their shapes. See here, convex lens is bulged outward or else curved outward, whereas a concave lens is curved inward or else yes curved inward at its middle and curved outward at its edges. That means convex lens is thick at its middle, thin at its edges, whereas a concave lens is thin at its middle and thick at its edges. So these are the differences in their physical shape of lenses. Suppose if we have few lenses, so in those, by touching them we can identify which one is a convex lens and which one is a concave lens. Suppose if at the middle, if the lens is thick and at its edges it is thin, it is called as a convex lens. Suppose at the middle of a lens is thick, at its edges it is at the middle of a lens it is thin and its edges it is thicker, that is a concave lens. So in this way we can differentiate which the lens which is a convex lens, which is a concave lens, and which is a plano convex, which is a plano concave, like that. And here let us see the different terminology comes in the case of lenses. Now let's see here. So here it is a double convex lens. So it is having two surfaces. No doubt all lenses will have two surfaces, of which at least one surface is curved. That means few lenses have one surface is curved, one surface is plane, and some lenses will have both the surfaces are curved, and these are made by the transparent materials. Now see here, it is a double convex lens. So in this it is having two surfaces, surface 1 and this is surface 2. Suppose if we extend this surface of a lens, it forms a sphere, and if we extend the surface of the second surface of a lens, it forms a sphere. Okay. Now this is the center of this sphere having surface this one. This is the center of the sphere, and this is the center of the sphere formed by this surface. Now the center of this sphere is this is the center of this sphere. Center of this sphere. So here I have taken a C1 because I took this as a surface 1, and this is a surface 2, and it forms a sphere if we extend it, and its center is this one, and here I have taken its center is center of this sphere C2. Okay. So this is the center of this center of C1, C2 are center of spheres formed by the surface two surfaces of a convex lens. Now see, so how to define that is a center of the curvature. See, this is a center of the sphere and which contains this curved surface. So it is called as a center of this curved surface. This is the center of the sphere, and in this complete sphere we are taking only a part of the curved surface, and the sphere of this part of the curved surface also this one. That means the center of curvature we can define. Center of the curvature is the center of the sphere which contains a part of the curved surface is called as a center of the curvature. So here C1 and C2 are centers of curvatures, and a line drawn by joining the C1, C2 and optic center is called as a principal axis. This is principal axis. Principal axis means the line passing through the center of a lens, or a line passing through the center of a lens, or else a line which joins the centers of the two centers of a lens, called as a principal axis. Okay, so this is the principal axis, and this is the center of a lens. Okay, the geometrical center of a lens. The geometrical center of a lens P is called as a optic center. This is optic center. Okay, and the distance drawn from center of curvature to the surface is called as a radius. The distance from center of curvature to surface, curved surface, is called as a radius. The distance from center of curvature to curved surface is called as a radius. And the line drawn from center of curvature to surface behaves as a normal to the surface, the point at which it intersects the surface. So here the angle is 90 degrees. Any line drawn from center of curvature to the curved surface that acts the normal to the surface, the point where that line intersects. Okay, so this is about the center of curvatures and radius of curvature and principal axis. Now let's see here the another term, focus or else focal point. Focus or else focal point. See here, we can take double convex lens in this way also. We can represent double convex lens either in this shape or else in this shape, and we can represent double concave lens in this shape or else in this shape. Okay, now see here, what is a focus or else focal point? Suppose if we take the object at a infinite distance, if the object is at an infinite distance, the light rays coming from infinite distance object are almost parallel to each other. Okay, and here parallel to the principal axis also. If the incident light rays are parallel to each other and parallel to the principal axis, after the refraction, all the refracted light rays converge at one point by a convex lens. Okay, if the object is at an infinite distance, the light rays coming from the infinite distance object are almost parallel to each other, and here parallel to the principal axis also. After the refraction, convex lens can converge all those refracted light rays at one point, and that point is called as a focus or else a focal point. Okay, so here infinite distance means don't assume it is at kilometers of distance, it is a very large distance. Suppose here the focal lengths of lenses are around 10 cm, 15 cm or 20 cm. For such less lenses, distance greater than 1 meter acts as that is infinite distance. So here don't take infinite distance means such kilometers of distance. Okay, so here the light rays are coming from the infinite distance object are parallel to each other and parallel to the principal axis, and here after the refraction, the refracted light rays converge at one point by a convex lens. Now let's see here how to define a focus or else a focal point. The point on the principal axis at which the refracted light rays of parallel incident light rays converge is called a focus or else a focal point. The point on the principal axis at which the refracted light rays of parallel incident light rays converge is called as a focus or else a focal point. Suppose let's take in the case of concave lens. In the case of concave lens, okay, in the case of concave lens, so these are the incident light rays incidented by coming from a infinite distance object. Okay, see here, after the refraction, the refracted light rays are diverging in this way. That means here concave lens is diverging the refracting refracted light rays. That's why this concave lens is called as a diverging lens. So here convex lens is called as a converging lens because it converges the refracted light rays on the other side of a lens. Whereas here concave lens diverging the refracted light rays. That's why concave lens is also called as a diverging lens. And here there is no chance of intersection of these refracted light rays and forming the image. So that's why here we can extend the refracted light rays to back. See here, this is the extension of refracted light ray to back, and this is the extension of refracted light ray. Extension of refracted light ray, and here we can extend to back this refracted light ray, and here we can extend to back this refracted light ray. See here, extended refracted light rays intersected at this point, and this is called as a virtual focus or else a virtual focal point. That means, so we have a virtual focus or else a virtual focal point in the case of concave or else a diverging lens, whereas we can have a real focus or else a focal point in the case of convex lens. Now let's see here how we define the virtual focus or else a virtual focal point in the case of concave lens. Okay, so the point through which on the principal axis the refracted light rays of parallel incident light rays seems to be refracting is called as a virtual focus or as a virtual focal point. That means the point on the principal axis from which the refracted light rays of parallel incidental light rays seems as a coming out, called as a virtual focus or as a virtual focal point. Now we can define a focus or as a virtual focus in this way. The point at which on the principal axis the refracted light rays of parallel incident light rays converge or appear to diverge. Converge or appear to diverge is called as a focus or as a virtual focus. So in this way we can define a focus or as a focal point. And here the distance from focus to optic center. The distance from focus to optic center is called as a focal length, and it is represented by a letter small f. The distance from focus to optic center is called as a focal length, and it can be represented with a letter small f. Okay, so these are the some terminology come in the case of lenses. Okay, now let's see here behavior of certain light rays when they are incident on a lens. Okay, situation 1. Suppose when light ray incident along the principal axis, after the refraction without any deviation it passes in the same direction. That means here the light ray which incidents along the principal axis incidents normally. When light ray incidents normally, the angle of incidence I is equals to 0. Then according to angle of that is according to Snell's law, n1 sin I is equals to n2 sin r. If the angle of incidence is equals to 0, the angle of refraction also should be 0. That's why when the light ray incidents along the principal axis should travel in the same direction. So without any deviation passes in the same direction. See here light ray is incidenting by coinciding by coinciding with the principal axis. Then this is the refracted light ray. So here there is no any deviation. The direction of both the incident light ray and refracted light ray are same. So this is in the case of a convex lens. This is in the case of a concave lens. In both the lenses, if the light incident by coinciding with the principal axis, it refracts in the same path without any deviation. Now let's see here situation 2, ray passing through the optic center. When light passes through the optic center, it travels in the same path without any deviation. See here, in the case of a convex lens, the light is incidenting on the optic center and is refracting in the same path without any deviation. Even in the case of a concave lens also, when the light incident at the optic center, it passes in the same direction without any deviation. So this is the situation 1 and situation 2. Now let's see here, when the light rays are incident parallel to the principal axis, how they refract. See here light rays are incidented parallel to the principal axis, and this is the convex lens. After the refraction, the refracted light rays of parallel incident light rays passing through the focus. That means if any light ray incident parallel to the principal axis, after the refraction, it should pass through the focus. Now let's see here, in the case of concave lens, these are the parallel incident light rays, and the refracted light rays are refracting as they are coming from virtual focus or else virtual focal point. So in this way, light ray refracts when they are parallel to the principal axis. Okay. Now next is here situation 4. Suppose when the light rays are incident as coming from a focus, after the refraction, the refracted light rays are parallel to each other. That means if a light ray incident on a convex lens passing through the focus, after the refraction, the refracted light ray is parallel to the principal axis. So even in the case of concave lens also, if the light rays are incident, as incident light rays are converging at focus, after the refraction, the refracted light rays are parallel to the principal axis. See here, these are the incident light rays. When we extend these incident light rays, they can intersect at the focus. After the refraction, the refracted light rays are parallel to each other. That means if any incident light ray incident on a concave lens, as it is passing through the focus, after the refraction, the refracted light ray is parallel to the principal axis. So in this way, light rays certain incident light rays behaves incidenting on convex and concave lenses. Now let's see here focal plane. Just before I explain what is meant by focus or else a focal point. Now here let's see focal plane. Suppose if the incident light rays are parallel to each other but not parallel to the principal axis, after the refraction, the refracted light rays are not converged at a focus on the principal axis. But after the refraction, the refracted light rays can converge at a point on a perpendicular line to the principal axis and passing through the focus. And this is called as a focal plane. So focal plane means the refracted light rays of parallel incident light rays intersect at a one point on the perpendicular line to the principal axis and passing through focus, and this is called as a focal plane. So even in the case of a concave lens also, here these are the incident light rays. These are parallel to each other but not parallel to the principal axis. After the refraction, the concave lens can diverge the light rays in these directions. When we extend the refracted light rays to back, all these extended light rays intersect at one point, and that point lies on the perpendicular line to the principal axis and which is passing through the focus, and this is the focal plane in this case. Okay, so this is about focal plane. That means if the incident light rays are parallel to the principal axis, if the incident light rays are parallel to each other but not parallel to the principal axis, after the refraction they converge in a focal plane but not at a focus. Okay. So here convex lens is having two surfaces. So that's why there are two focal points and there are two center of curvatures. And here which one is F1 and which one is F2, which one is C1 and which one is C2. So let's see here, when we take the object on this side, we can take this surface as 1 and this surface as 2. Then its center of curvature is C1 and its focus is F1. Then its center of curvature is C2 and its focus is F2. Suppose in the case of concave lens, so these are the two surfaces. Suppose when we take object on this side, then this surface is taken as a surface 1 and this is taken as a surface 2. Then its center of curvature is C1 and its focal point is F1. And its center of curvature is C2 and its focal point is F2. And here already I explained the distance from optic center to center of curvature. The distance from optic center to center of curvature is called as a radius. And the distance from optic center to focus is called as a focal length, and it is represented with a letter small f. Small f. Okay, the distance from optic center to focus is a focal length and it is represented with a small f. And the distance from optic center to center of curvature is a radius, capital R. Then what is the relation between radius of curvature and focal length? So radius of curvature R is equals to 2f. Radius of curvature R is equals to 2f. Then focal length f is equals to R by 2. That means focal point lies at the middle between optic center and center of curvature. So radius R is equals to 2f, or else focal length f is equals to R by 2. Okay, and here this question is important. So in which cases the refracted light rays do not deviate? If the light ray incident by coinciding with the principal axis does not deviate after the refraction, and if a light ray incident at the optic center of a lens, it also does not deviate after the refraction. So these are some terminology about the lenses. In the next class we will see ray diagrams by the convex and concave lenses. Okay, thank you.